Welcome, Caroline.
Hi.
I'm super excited to have a chat with you today about your experience on the NLP Practitioner and Breakthrough Coaching Program.
Yeah.
And you were on Accelerate with us as well, weren't you?
I straight away wanted to do it live with you because that is how I learn, and sort of getting into it was perfect for me.
Yeah, fab. So in terms of your experience then of the week and going through the program, what would you say was like one of the biggest takeaways that you had from it?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Well, I think for me it was just seeing how, I guess, like, the brain and sort of what you put out, what you kind of put into your brain and what you attract, how it all fits together really. And that, I think it was that quote, the one, if you think you can do it, if you think you can or you can't do it, you're right. Because, it's that idea of, just putting out to the world what you actually want to do rather than what you don't. And I think that was it just felt like everything slotted together. So that was a massive thing. It just all made sense really. So that was a big takeaway for me.
Yeah. Sorry, Caroline, I didn't even ask what you do and who you work with. Feel rude now. Do you want to tell people like who you are and what you do?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So I'm Caroline Joynson. I'm the founder of Cheerleader PR, and I'm a PR strategist. So I help passionate entrepreneurs to get media coverage and PR so that they can build relationships, raise their profile, and make more sales. And for me, I wanted to come onto the program because I think for my own sort of development, but also knowing there's a lot of my clients, a lot of the people I coach just struggle with confidence, and they can have the practical steps of how to promote themselves, but it's actually in their sort of mindset that they struggle, the thought of putting themselves out there. So it was great to be able to put the two things together, or I will be doing anyway.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you are amazing at what you do as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
So when you joined the Accelerate program, it was like it was when we were supposed to be doing it in person, wasn't it? And we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. And then we couldn't do in person and introduced Accelerate, which is 6 live days on Zoom. What I suppose it's a bit of I'm kind of interested to hear what your thoughts are, because we've not spoke about this, have we? Like, what has been your experience of, because we did do it live, but we were still online, but we were kind of on Zoom during the day. What was your experience of that?
I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I think it went really well. I think you did a great job of delivering it online, because I think, speaking into Zoom for full days like that and guiding a group through, that is a big challenge, and you did a brilliant job. I mean, it would have been obviously nice to meet everyone in person, and to try out the techniques in person. But I think we did the best of the situation, and with lockdown, that this was a great way to do it. And it meant that there were people from all over the country that maybe wouldn't have made it in person to Huddersfield, whereas for me it's not far for me to come and do it in person. So I guess it kind of opened up the group a bit more. And I think it worked really well. It's very intense. I mean, it's intense being on Zoom like that. And I think, although I've been on meetings, obviously we're taking that all in, we're doing practicing, we're sort of our brains are like, really, you've got all the thing of concentrating on the screen and then seeing your own reactions, which you wouldn't normally see. And just learning. So I think it's full on, but it worked really well, actually. It was really good.
Yeah, and it's really intense if you're in person as well.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, I think for me, because I had like, the kids were here on some of the days, and my husband, and they're a bit like, oh, you're on that course. Whereas if I'd been going off to a course, they would have been at school and work, and it wouldn't really have got into their attention that much. Because I was here, oh, you on your course again. And it was like, well, you wouldn't even have noticed on a normal week. So that was different, but we made the best of it.
Oh, brilliant. So in terms of like starting the course, so I'm assuming that you had some kind of expectation of how it was going to run and what was going to happen. Did the course meet up to your expectations? And if so, how?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I think, like you say, when I signed up, I think it was probably just before the first lockdown, so it's a while ago. And I think it was that twofold thing of learning and having the techniques done on me, which was needed, and doing them learning how to do them on other people as well. So yeah, I think they were my expectations. I think I did the foundation online, the foundation course, and enjoyed that. But then it was quite a gap between me finishing that and then doing the online, the live training, just because of the way it fell. But it was like as if there was no gap at all, because it just kind of seamlessly all came together actually. So I suppose that shows it did train my brain when I was doing it, the foundation really. But yeah, I mean, gosh, I definitely recommend it. I felt so proud at the end to, have actually achieved a qualification, a certification, which I hadn't, got before. So
3 of them.
it was really good. 3, yeah, 3 of them, exactly.
Yeah, oh, brilliant. So I had something on the tip of my tongue then that I was going to say. Oh yeah, so you mentioned then about like now, like understanding the law of attraction and manifestation. Now you really get that kind of thing. Do you want to just touch on that, because I think it's really interesting?
Yeah, well, I think I'd always heard this sort of saying of, if you say you never see something, you see it all the time. And the example was like with cars. And we have like a bit of a joke, me and my daughters, because I said it about yellow cars, and then we kept seeing them everywhere. And they're like, oh, don't, if we see a yellow car, they're like, Mom, don't say anything. And I kind of got that, but it just was going a lot more into the depth of how that all works really. And just how the brain works, I suppose. So yeah, it was just sort of bringing that all together really. And what you put out to the world that you want is what you're going to get. So you want to make sure it's positive. And I think I am actually positive and put positive things out there, but just having that extra understanding is kind of taking it to a new dimension really.
Yeah. And then on the last day we did timeline therapy. What were your thoughts on timeline therapy?
Well, that was literally like, zipping around in a time machine really. And it was amazing because gosh, you had a lot to cover in a day, and again, you did a fantastic job. But we were straight into it. We had all the intro, and then we were into like doing, practicing it and trying it out. And at the start you're thinking, oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to do this, because it just seemed a bit out there, if I'm honest. But weirdly, when you were having it done to you, I was literally going along that timeline, and it was seamless. And then when I did the technique on my partner on it, and I was trying to read it all out, and I thought, gosh, it's to be the practitioner delivering it is a lot harder than being the one having it done to. And you realize how much goes into it. But yeah, it was great. I loved it. Really, really good. It was a nice way to finish the week actually. We had our 5 days and that was done, and then we had the extra day, and it was all still fresh in our minds. So I think it all just added up on top of each other to be really powerful.
Yeah, it's brilliant, timeline therapy. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Okay, Brill. If there was someone thinking about doing the course but weren't quite sure about it, what would your suggestion be?
Well, I mean, my suggestion would be definitely do it. If it's something you're thinking about, then you're already halfway there, really. I think it can be used in so many different ways, most of all on yourself, and learning about yourself and working on yourself, but also learning how to help other people. So, I think obviously with the way things are with the pandemic, there's obviously a big need, I think, for people to be coached, understand their values, understand what they want, and so it's a really great time to do it, and you'll learn a lot about yourself, but actually techniques to help other people. So especially if you're wanting to build a business, I think it's the right time to be doing it.
Yeah, it's really powerful. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much, Caroline. It's been so lovely to chat through your experience.
You're very welcome.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, I think that's it. Just thank you for delivering such a great training. It's been fantastic, and I love my 3 certificates.
Oh, brilliant.